Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to the February 27th meeting of the Millinocket Events Committee. Hello, Katie.
They probably want to hand over by students.
Right
Here, I'll
here.
sit. I'll just move over.
Staring at the computer.
There you go.
Unless you don't mind.
Either way, it's fine.
Wonderful. Hi, Barbara. Oh.
Amber's just
Quirky. Yeah.
Hey, I saw my boy today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you see him at school?
I
Did you? Was he so happy to see his friends?
was sent in to the Ben's office.
He loves to know them. My sweet boy. We'll give Barbara just a few more moments to connect before we get started.
sounds like him.
No, man. Chris, talking to Boots.
Yeah, Boots. Well, Barbara seems to be having trouble connecting. Wait a few more minutes, Tom. Or should we get started?
I was gonna get going. She'll probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So keep it later afterwards.
So the first item on the agenda is the bike rodeo. We had to table this because Chief Malcolm had to run. Were you able to get us a helmet cost?
Yes. Did you want a helmet cost or you want what we need to put on there?
Total,
Yeah.
$2,000.
$2,000.
Would be supplying 100 helmets.
Apply 100 helmets would be 2,000.
Well, yeah. The helmets themselves would be $1,500.
Okay.
The other supplies that we need.
Okay, and what other supplies are you thinking?
Hot dogs. Prizes.
Okay. Can you get us the full details for the next meeting, including the date you would like to set this on, so then we can bring it to a formal vote? Awesome, and just some like cost estimates as well, please.
My question. How many helmets do we want? I figured it on 100. You think we want more than that, less than that?
Well, we estimated for the PTO school giveaway, there, we estimated what, 250 children, so we doubled that and did 500. And then we still had plenty, we gave plenty of bags to the library, so an estimate of 500 really served well.
I can't imagine you'll ever give away 500 bike
No.
helmets.
Right.
Look at how many kids.
I would even cut it in half.
You think 200?
No,
No, 50.
No, 100. No, I was getting.
100 bike
I
helmets.
was getting 100.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
100.
that, even that,
Uh,
I mean, will you get 100 kids to show up to the bike rodeo?
well, that's just it. Are you only gonna give them out of the bike road?
I was gonna say, is it gonna be something maybe at the fire station that you could give away,
Something that.
like for safety?
Yeah, isn't that what you used to happen?
Well,
Or no, we could just
I
bring
have-
them down
I
and have
have a
them,
program.
yeah.
If
So-
if you plan to continue it, I would say, my input would be 100.
Mhm.
But if it's a 1-day thing,
And that's what I'm wondering.
Well, why can't you just keep what you have left over?
Well,
Be available
you can,
for
you
people
can.
that need it.
You can, you could still do that. I mean, you could still have some available.
Don't say anything yet until after the rodeo that you have them still available. You
Well, I mean, it's like right now, if a teacher calls me and needs one, I
Oh,
find one.
I like the idea of keeping it going.
I'm sorry.
I like the idea of keeping it going, keeping some on hand just in case, anything like that.
My suggestion would be to start out with the 100, see the type of turnout we
Mhm.
get, And then we can reassess in a year from now if that was too many, too little, but I definitely don't wanna go overboard, cause that's the whole draw to the event,
That's right.
is the helmets.
That's right.
So even if we keep it going, that brings us less of a draw every year to the bike rodeo. And the purpose of us spending that money is to create another event within this community.
Mhm.
Sorry. Let me know when you're ready for other bike rodeo related.
You can go ahead and share.
When the PTO had been planning for a bike rodeo of sorts, they had some communication with the Bike Coalition of Maine, who recently reached out to the former president of the PTO to see if there was still interest in support and partnership and resources. And I can certainly pass on some contact information.
Can you send that to me, please?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and contact them, Tom. You could give me a tentative date to look into a partnership with them.
And I mean, I brought it up last time, but maybe having like
Businesses
businesses
sponsor.
sponsor
Yeah.
like bikes or helmets or something like that, or a combination that would maybe offset the cost as well.
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
Well, yeah, when I used to do it, credit union and Brookfield are very, they'll usually give me a couple of bikes each. Yeah, that works well.
Melissa, would you like to start reaching out to some businesses and putting feelers out there to take something off Tom's plate for this event?
Um,
Can you take that on right now or no?
there's like both credit unions? Did you talk to or?
I
just-
only use
Well.
Stan Credit. I use Brookfield.
In Bangor Savings, I think.
And
the
they
other
were
one.
saying,
Bangor
now,
Savings.
I never, they weren't here. That was back in the key days.
Yes.
Thank you. We can continue that list.
I have some contact information, Melissa, for their community
You know.
representation. I've
For which
not
one?
out of a local office, but
For Bangor Savings.
Bangor Savings. I can share that.
And what I like to see, I used to do. Robin can remember. When we were in that program before. I ran it with the PTA. Was very involved in my program years ago. And we actually had what we call bike spotters. And they'd be parents, police officers, firemen, that would carry tickets with them. For ice cream, And we saw a kid riding his bike safely and finding the fugitive and stuff. We could get that if we could. So the only thing nowadays, it would be either McDonald's or,
Do you want to start putting some feelers out for that?
yeah, let me find out if there's somebody at McDonald's that we could talk to about that. I had talked to Jeff Daigle. This is a lot more expensive than.
We should do at the library too, just have the free screen people on Zoom.
So for the bike rodeo, Tom, you are going to get us cost estimates for food and the helmets. That way we can truly wrap our head around what numbers you're looking at. I will reach out to the Bike Coalition. And Melissa, you'll begin reaching out to various businesses in sponsorship. Does anyone have any other thoughts about the bike rodeo? Any final thoughts?
You were thinking about doing that at Grand Street School, correct?
Yes,
And
yes.
what was the
great.
date on that?
Tom is gonna have a
Still don't
date by the next meeting.
What month were you looking at putting it in?
In
May?
May.
Any last thoughts on the bike rodeo? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I was looking at her now, I think now it comes back to. You think that the Deer Hub would be interested?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that
in
was
doing
great.
something with
Oh.
checking bikes.
Mm.
We used to have a gentleman here in town that did, it. He used to he was an avid biker, and but he would set up a little station, and he would, no major repairs, but little things.
Yeah, I can ask. I know right now we don't have anyone like really good with bike repair, though they are planning on some training time.
Excuse us, we have a. we're coming in.
Like, just gotta check everything out.
Like when the mom meets the dad.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll ask Bailey. Like I said, right now, no one that works there is like super comfortable with bike repairs, but they're planning on having like a training session to hopefully bring them up to speed. I'm not sure when that is.
And then, we're gonna make sure the Coleman kid's back. I hope so.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure, but yeah, no, he was great with all of that.
Oh, yeah.
I see my chef has joined, so I'll talk to my chef about hot dogs.
Okay. Cool. Any other thoughts on the bike rodeo? Nope. Okay, moving on to our next agenda item, spring movie nights. I sent you all a list of some movies that came out with Swank and the movies that are available. Has anyone taken a look at that? I'll send it
I
to you
didn't see
again.
it, but I did look at Swank and find 3 of them.
Okay.
I had the kids look. One doesn't actually come out until August. Oh, but Black Panther Wakanda Forever was a big one. And was like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Put 3 on there. I put, the Black Panther and then Strange World and Lightyear.
Oh, good one.
Strange World is so good.
It is.
We're
so
showing
good.
Strange World at the library, March 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
The other
decided
ones
this
is-
morning.
Well,
to
ours
put
is
it
gonna
all
be
out there.
bigger.
Select some tentative dates for the March, April, and May.
We want to bring you, maybe up to speed on the. Chamber, we got from Chamber.
Well, we haven't received
We
the
haven't got the
formal
letter
letter
yet?
yet. Yeah.
Oh, no, I have.
You haven't?
I have.
You have received the
I
letter.
received the letter, yeah.
Oh, that
okay,
would've been
okay.
helpful to know, sorry.
I'm going on
He
vacation
told me he would get it right now.
until I can have it.
No, 7:30 this morning, I was ready to go. Okay, so yes.
Katie was there, and I knew she would get it right out.
Katie, would you like to bring everyone up to speed on that?
Oh, we just donated the equipment to the town. So that way you guys can use it for movie.
Is that,
Oh, go ahead.
is that a projector or?
Yeah, I guess it's all like the equipment that you guys have, the projector and all that.
Projector and
I don't know if it's a projector or what you guys.
And
It's just a screen and
Yeah,
and little
cool.
traffic aids. It's
Yeah.
just a projector is probably still in that corner closet up there, unless you guys.
Yeah, and we can, and yeah, if you guys wanna add that too, we can drop that off as well.
Awesome.
I'll figure it out.
Well, thank you so much to the Katahdin Area Chamber of Commerce. Cool. Well, that's exciting. Do we want to select dates? So I can reach out to the school department. Melissa, will you pull up a calendar, pretty please, you rock star?
I do know that UPA states and districts are in March.
Right, the 31st
Early.
and 1st, Friday and Saturday.
And
States.
One Act is on the
Early March or
10th
late
and
March?
11th.
That's late
Okay,
March,
can I see that?
31st,
31st,
March,
then April,
and then
okay.
April.
I knew it was March.
No,
Yeah, Wednesday is district, this Wednesday.
Yeah,
Right.
for Joe Clark.
so what about, as a tentative date, Friday, March 10th? Did you
That
just say
is-
that?
Yep, that's
Okay.
One Act.
For the weekend
10th and
after it
11th
would
is
be the 20, we could do 17th St. Patrick's Day. Do we want to shoot for the Friday, the 24th?
Which movie is this?
Yeah.
We haven't
Select
selected
a
yet, but
movie
just
yet.
getting
Just-
dates. 'cause
okay,
I have to
it's
get-
a- Granted.
Depending on the movie we select, if that'll decide the teen or movie, but we have to make sure we can even get the availability before we
Gotcha.
pick a movie.
Yeah,
So think
I
that
don't
would
know
be
if
more-
this is,
The 24th.
I don't know if this is like any kind of a conflict, but I know that Ben Barr is planning on having his delayed Robert Burns night at the Elks then, and usually some people go to that. I have no idea if that's like the same group that goes to the movies, but.
Yeah, children aren't allowed necessarily to
No,
go to
not,
those
not to
events,
this, but you
right.
know, if it's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still good to know.
What time
thank
is
you.
that? Nicole?
6,
Okay.
6, 8. 6. Yeah.
If we do the movie from 6 to 8 at the same time frame, then parents who want to go to Robert Burns can drop their kids off at the movie.
Well, if they have young children, they should be with this.
Yeah.
No, I don't, well, yeah, I don't, wasn't talking about young children. But like, depending on which movie it was.
Yeah, I mean,
You
the
know what I
teen
mean?
movie night,
Yeah.
we really didn't have parents
Yeah,
come
yeah.
regardless. So maybe that's something we keep in mind.
The 24th.
Mhm.
John and I are gonna be away at the fire chiefs convention.
Okay.
We'll be back late that afternoon. I mean, we can be back, I'll be back in time to help at 6, but I
Okay.
wouldn't be there to help any setup.
Well, I mean, the last two
also will be
setups.
out.
You, okay. So I'll make sure I get everything sound wise together. Make sure I'm set up for that, but I mean, the last two.
We'll do a
events, I said,
tutorial.
well, just me and Ronnie, and it's been fun. So I'm okay with it. That way, Ronnie and I are pretty solid in getting the screen up. I will just be very educated on the sound.
Just film a video while I'm on
Well, Ronnie
video.
helps me a little, I'll give him that.
Welcome to Mud Water with me. Let's talk about
Yeah, I need to learn how to use sound.
This is for a key person, but you know.
So what about
April, shoot out Friday or Saturday that you guys think.
Easter is on the 10th, so that Friday before was the 7th, Friday after is the 14th.
Tom, any
Yeah,
conflicts for
so- And that's the week before
No, I don't.
vacation, spring vacation.
you? April 14th?
April 14th, vacation starts that.
Oh, that would be
Starts that
fun.
Starts Saturday.
So how about
Kick it
the
off with that
14th?
On Friday night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool, love that. 6 to 8 again.
It's the only thing I don't have on my calendar is vacations.
What
So-
about a double whammy that week where it is vacation?
It's not
Have it.
vacation Friday. They still have school.
They
the
have school
14th.
Friday, but then they're going on vacation.
Yeah, from the
Right.
17th is
Things
when-
that week.
Oh,
when-
Yeah,
Okay.
having
A lot
another,
of
one.
people
Think
would be
about
that
another
week.
movie night.
Another
Yeah.
night.
Halloween.
There's-
We want to do a double whammy that Friday, the 21st,
Oh, no, I mean like
during the week.
Or
like a Friday and a Wednesday or a Friday and a Friday.
Yeah,
Friday and a Monday.
so we can
Especially
do
if
like
we-
a family oriented night on that Friday and then midweek like a teen night. I like that. What's that Wednesday after?
The 19th.
Awesome, you guys are all rock stars. April 19th. So we'll keep that in mind. Family oriented the 14th and then geared more towards teens the 19th. And I will make
Cancel
check
it.
on those availabilities.
How did we do with,
You're not doing in May.
No, we could still do one in May. I
Mhm.
mean, the license is already paid for indoor showings. So I want to make sure we utilize it. We could throw more in March. As long as we have the volunteers to host these events.
But I was gonna say for your family movie on the 14th, you could do Strange World where you have it in March. People that maybe couldn't see it then, you could do
Yeah.
it in April.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll definitely have this on the agenda next, after we make sure our dates are good to select movies.
how did we do, snack wise?
We're out of snacks.
But that one was, we were good for both movies.
That worked for both movies.
Okay.
We were good for both movies.
However, that was a donation.
Yep.
So, I mean, we could see about finding a donor for these events. I can write that down. Do we want to select a tentative May date or hold off?
I have a question.
Sure.
Originally going into the gym, the idea was on the table of partnering with the boosters and having the concession stand open. Is that a conversation that might be revisited and or was it more beneficial to offer the free snacks?
Yeah. They were a little pricey.
Okay.
They wanted us to give them so much to do it. we felt it was easier for us to do it the way we did it.
Okay.
I mean, that's just what we did that time.
Yeah.
We don't have to stick that.
I
That's why we went that way.
was gonna say, I have a personal huge popcorn
maker.
Yes, that I used to do when I used to do fundraisers. If we could get the popcorn, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I've got bags too.
Oh, wonderful.
I
Thank
can
you.
even, but I just don't have the popcorn and the oil or the salt.
Well, we can price that out definitely. Let me look into that. Thank you so much.
We usually can buy that in bulk too. at
Yeah.
Sam's Club.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sounds like-
that's easy to get at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
I think it helped where the
And-
kids didn't have to worry about paying for any of the
Mhm.
snacks or anything. They were more willing to come up and ask for something and
Yeah.
grab stuff.
It
Yeah.
could be done
Maybe
right there in the
some
lobby
still had
before they go
that.
into the gym.
That's what we did with the snacks last time.
We do have, we now have our tax exempt Sam's Club,
Right.
account, so. we
I'll
can-
touch base with Lori.
We order that through the town, we can. Go that route,
Now,
Yeah.
when we place an order, did they deliver it or do we have
either or.
either way?
It can be shipped or we
Yeah,
can pick it up. in
Most
the
things
mail.
they'll ship. If it's not something that's
Depends
like
if it's
refrigerated.
food. If it's
Yeah.
food, they- But I don't know about
Some
popcorn. I
popcorn they
mean, they
probably
might
will.
It depends on the, like if it's freezer or something like that. Or for
Yeah.
kids,
I mean, I get like chocolate chips,
Oh,
house
yeah.
crackers, kind of stuff.
Sparkling ice with some creamer. It's really good. 10 out of 10. Do we want to select mayor, hold that off until the next meeting?
It's like the mayor.
Our May
I didn't-
movie night?
She said
That's
mayor.
what I thought too. Okay. Okay.
I was like, mayor.
Fun fact, mayors are elected officials. So technically Jesse would be if we had an equivalent.
Yep,
Mhm.
that sounds
Then
great.
Maybe we. Some kind of a fight.
Movie,
Movie?
yeah, we can
Oh,
make,
It's called Rad.
Right?
Yeah,
And
it's
leave-
all
leave
80s
your
BMX.
BMX.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking.
What about Dirt Bike Kid?
so everyone bring ideas for May's movie, biking, bring plus roller skates,
Okay.
but we'll bring bike related movies. Melissa and I will look
That is a
into
very
this.
specific genre, right?
Katie will help me too, I already know. Do we have any other thoughts about spring movie nights? We all have some work to put into it.
If you look into, when you start looking into late May, I would consider outdoor.
Yeah.
you know,
Starting outdoors again.
Once we get a little more tolerable weather.
I was gonna say, we'll have to check the temperatures at night. Yeah.
Got the radio transmitter and.
Yeah, worked out great. We did for,
Do it drive-in? Yeah,
Focus,
it
focus.
was, yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be great to see a full parking lot. As opposed to,
10 cars.
but I think it's a great thing, and if we keep offering it, it'll grow.
Can you put flyers in the kids' take-home packets?
We have, that's what we've done to advertise.
Okay, I was
previously,
gonna
is
say when-
Dropped them off at the elementary
When we
school.
were partnering with PTO, the library, we had great numbers
Mhm.
from that.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Maybe we'll make sure.
And
we'll
do we
just
want
make
to
sure
just like a Millinocket thing, or do we want to like reach out to other like?
Absolutely. Would be my vote if I had.
What, are you looking to me for an answer?
You're the lead.
Oh, well, I mean, it's something we can just keep discussing, but everyone comes anyways from the Katahdin region. I don't think anyone says
Well,
don't come.
Well,
You're
no, I
from
didn't know
Medway
if we
too.
wanted.
Yeah, put it in the school packets for East as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
I didn't think we were uninviting people. I just was like, I'm like, oh, I could.
No, if you're down that road.
Wonderful. Any other thoughts from the spring movie nights? Nope.
Before I forget that other movie, it comes out in March,
Mhm.
but it's not on swing until August.
Okay,
It was the Super Mario Brothers.
okay.
I wanted somebody else to have it other than me.
There's some old movies on that.
Yes, there is.
I was like, I was
yeah.
looking, I was like, oh, these are.
And they have like
There are, and
really
there's some
big,
good ones
yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
it's actually
Marvel
the,
movie.
the like kind of weird ones that you can't find on there. Like you could go to Family Dollar and pick out some of those ones and you wouldn't find them on Swing.
Mhm.
So,
Awesome. So next on the agenda is the summer concert series. I just wanted to go over what kind of schedule y'all want that. Do we want to do this as more of a weekly thing, a monthly thing? Budget wise, I think it would be more feasible to do it monthly,
Monthly.
maybe bi-weekly.
I reached out to Matt and Zach for the high school and the students. They would need a tentative date or whatever, and they would let the kids know, but Matt would be unable to help with anything showcase related due to his schedule.
Okay. Well, right now, let's set a schedule so we can reach out and make those connections. So what are we thinking?
I think that you need to consider a budget.
That is also
Because
on here.
I'm hearing. Well, I mean, you're gonna be north of $1,000 each time. If you're paying an act and sound guy.
I think personally, monthly, like with people's summer schedule would be better. I think there would be more people to show up monthly with them scheduling and going to camps and, you know, going out for, you know, out of state or something like that.
Are there still any young bands in the market? Like, high school age kids? None now.
But I did bring it up to my kid about the mic showcase. She was all over it. And both her and Mr. Waite had already said they could probably name off at least 10 other kids that would be interested if we did that.
We used to have a lot of high school age kids that had bands, small bands. Put together bands. Champions time.
But
Probably now. I don't think there's any of them.
I haven't heard of any
I
bands.
think if you wanna throw a community event and get people out of their houses, you need to spend some money on an act,
yeah,
not a garage band that has 20 songs. And I was one of those garage bands when I was in high school. I mean, it's,
And there may not be any of them.
if you want people to participate, you know, you want something quality.
right. And I mean, over the course, if we do it monthly, the budget resets in July. So we're looking at $1,000 a month, that's $3,000 maximum, depending on who we get and what types of bands. I'll also gauge, Frank's cost for an evening and see where we can move there and others.
And his availability.
Yes, and his
Yeah.
availability.
Summertime is wedding reception
Right.
everywhere.
Yep.
So he gets pretty busy.
Wonderful. So with that schedule, let's all check our calendars and keep our eye out for anything and then be ready to select a date at the next meeting for June, July, and August, so we can bring some bands and hire some people. We should do that sooner rather than later. Before no musicians have availability. Thoughts, Tom?
Well, my only thought to that. Past July 1st, it all comes to what we have for a budget.
Correct.
If we're awarded the same budget that we got this year,
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we could also reevaluate come June when we know roughly what we're
Right,
looking at
right.
and then say we need to lower the budget a little bit or hustle and ask for bands to be sponsored. You know, it's not unheard of for Brookfield to sponsor a band. It's not unheard of for Bangor Savings to sponsor a band. We just have to put that work in and make these connections.
and that's what we talked about.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
I'm sure Savita Health would be happy to learn more about sponsor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brian, for bringing that up. Let's talk further. I'll reach out.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I think there's more, I think there's other ones that will too. So, that's great.
So Melissa, Tom, and I, we will begin putting feelers out for budgetary purposes. And support, like bringing up the summer concert series, getting businesses involved, see what kind of attention we can draw off that. And also bring back in 2 weeks some tentative dates. Does anyone have any thoughts from the committee on that? Does anyone from the public have any thoughts? No. Okay, moving on to our next agenda item, 4th of July celebration. First up is the parade. We all had some homework for the parade, and I just wanted to check in on where we're at. So Tom, have you spoke to the Shriners,
Yes,
and what did they say?
I'm waiting to hear back if there's, I had 2 of them have already told me no, they do not have any openings.
Okay,
And I'm waiting for 2 more. To be back to me.
okay,
I was looking at groups that were paid last year.
okay.
And there's other groups that had like $5,000.
Yeah, keep me posted. If there's anything I can do to support that, just let me know. Melissa, what about Studio One?
Okay, I've reached out to Sandy, have not heard back. Sandy just had a death meeting.
Okay.
So
We'll give her absolutely
back.
whatever time.
there is no more Boy Scout. Cub
Yes, you had
Scout,
mentioned that.
Girls, not even a Girl Scout troop
And
any
you had
longer.
also mentioned the school pet band. You had already reached out to Zach and
No, I reached out to Zach for the, both Zach and Matt for the showcase, but he was.
I was absolutely supposed to talk to Zach, but you mentioned to me that you had already spoke to Zach and Nash.
Zach never got back
Yeah.
to me. Matt was the one that answered all my emails and everything, so.
Cool, I will follow up with him then. That's why I held off.
And Matt's thing with the showcase was his schedule is always so booked anyways, but it would depend on each individual student. However, I was going to ask and see if Studio One was unavailable, if maybe show choir or
To be in the
UPA
parade.
or UPA or
Well,
something.
anyone should be included in the parade.
Dean had suggested that,
Yeah,
but we were worried about so many of Studio One and so many of the UPA kids coincide that there may be a lag or anything. So
I think Studio One has far more
Yeah.
students.
Yeah.
So I think that children can pick and choose who they want to walk with, but I think including them is a great idea. We want people to participate in the parade. We shouldn't say no to anyone
Mhm.
participating.
I'll
Just
get back to Matt about maybe.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. For cheerleaders, I have briefly talked to Jody about like the rec cheerleaders. We are going to talk about that further this coming week.
What about the school cheerleaders?
I have not reached out to school cheerleaders yet. Tom, you already took care of local EMS. Local trucking, Emery Lee and Sons is on board. They know not to throw candy. And I am waiting to hear back from the Gliddens and the Pelletiers on that. And I also need to reach out to Adam still, Adam Quayle. Jesse isn't here to go over motorcycle clubs or the veterans group. We didn't have anyone in charge of reaching out to someone for the puppy walk. But I will work on that.
I was gonna say, Cotton Critters would be a good place to contact too. They might.
Yeah, okay, that's where I'll start, Cotton Critters, that's a great idea. Tom, did you reach out for the antique cars?
Yeah, Adam is supposed to get back to me.
Awesome,
Transportation Day. He had 2 groups that he thought might be interested. One on Nova.
okay,
Was out of it.
The nursing home float, has anyone reached out to them?
Have not yet, but I just saw Kathy yesterday, so I will give her a call this week.
Wonderful, thank you. We didn't assign that one, so.
Mhm.
Baxter State Park,
I was gonna do that, but I haven't done that yet.
thank you so much,
Sorry.
Robin. No, it's okay. Public Works, Tom, have you talked to Brian
I
about the?
talked to Brian. It's on his radar.
Wonderful, and then the library, the Gear Library.
I haven't reached out to Bailey, but I will do that. As for the library, I did put out a call to staff. We're gonna be down a staff member. She's gonna be out. So I'm not sure how much capacity we're gonna have for that, but I did like send it staff wide. Hopefully, I know we have some history buffs, some, you know, that really love the town, really love like 4th
Yeah.
of July. So there may be someone who will pick that up and yeah. And while we're on it, I know I should know, the parade is July 4th and the downtown events are July 3rd. Is that right?
No, the
No.
downtown events are July
On
4th as
4th,
well.
yep.
The
Okay.
fireworks are
Fireworks are
July
on the
3rd.
Thank you.
That's the
I
one,
knew
yeah.
something was July. Thank you.
And then Katie, have you reached out to any other businesses for involvement?
I called Brookfield, but I'm still waiting to hear back, and then I haven't contacted credit unions quite yet.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing that. And we'll just keep chipping away and update each other as we move forward.
What about, NEOC? Big Moose? What about the ones that are still in Millinocket, but?
Are they
Of that
chamber
building.
members?
Yeah, they are. I can always reach out to them and see, you know, I mean. Yeah, we can see. What would you want them to, what capacity would you want them to?
I mean, NEOC would be great to participate in parade.
Mhm.
I don't know so much about Big
I'm not
Moose, but
sure.
definitely the rafting
No,
companies.
Big Moose may know music applies for certain stuff too.
Well, I think we have a really great list
Yeah.
started. If we're only doing 3 music nights, we really have to
Mhm.
dwindle down our music list regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, Katie, I think if you put it out broad to our membership that we're looking for.
Yeah, I can put it in our
parade.
members only, like social
Think,
media.
For the credit union, all credit unions have been involved in the past. One about reaching out to Canaan.
He's on vacation at the
Christmas.
moment.
Yeah, I know you right now, but for his Christmas tree
Christmas tree. Yeah, Christmas in the time.
or summer bath.
But yeah, just looking
Yeah.
for sponsorships or participation in the parade.
Thank you, Katie. Does anyone have any further questions, comments, concerns about the parade specifically?
What were I just want to double check the times. I know you said them last time, but there was like, for the.
Lineup
start
is
of
at
parade.
10:30 and the
10:30.
start is at 11
It's also in that packet, Katie. I
Yeah,
included the
okay.
notes
on the
as
second
well.
page.
Perfect. I
Which
know I
were
have them in
amazing,
my,
thank you.
I know I have them in my email, but I'm like, wait a second before I completely forget.
Anything else from anyone on the parade specifically? Anything from the public?
I want to ask John, I haven't talked to John about this. but Anybody from up in the county, border patrol, do they do anything like that, John? I've never had much luck. I don't know if you might have contacts or.
Yeah, especially for the Potato Blossom Parade. I mean, we have probably 8 to 12 law enforcement agencies in town in the parade helping out. So I can reach out or get you a contact information, Tom.
All right,
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
I know they're down here a lot now. They're in town a lot.
That's a great idea.
What about local?
Oh, they're not on.
Any other parade related ideas?
I mean, and don't panic on the parade if we don't get a lot of people that say yes,
What about kids parade?
because they come anyway. A lot of people just, like volunteers will all show up. They may not tell you they're coming, but they'll all be
Right.
there.
Well, it might be, you know, I mean, like I said, I think I'll definitely hit up like maybe more sponsorships of anything, just to help maybe offset the cost of certain things.
Thank you.
Oh,
But then if you just put it out there, you know,
Yeah,
some organizations might want to participate too.
Awesome. Any other thoughts, guys? Cool. Moving on to downtown events. So we discussed last time doing a vendor fee for crafters and artisans of $25 and $100 for food trucks. Do I have a motion to second?
Motion.
Let's take a vote. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. So I will draft up what that looks like, the application, and bring that to next meeting for approval.
And that just goes right back into.
Our budget. Yep. I did contact Design Lab about the drone footage, like Jesse had asked. It's just not something they do at this time. Yep.
It's somebody.
I can't remember who it is either.
I do, they presented a contact for me, however, I haven't had an opportunity to reach out to this person.
Is it local?
I don't know. She gave me a gentleman's name to contact. I will forward that email to the committee members once I get everything back in order. The next item is the July 3rd hosting a cook-off. Jesse was taking the lead on this, so we'll just put that to the side until next meeting. Have you thought more about your best whoopie pies?
I personally don't like whoopie pies. Everybody else does. I think that would go over really good.
The best whoopie pies?
Yeah.
Right. So would you take the lead on that event and start planning? Wonderful. I did just going through a bounce house from Stearns is going to be about $100 for the day. The porta potties for that weekend, Tom. Do you remember off the top of your head? I don't.
$150.
$150 a day. If we want to gauge some interest of bands, I can do that.
Want to come out of retirement?
Let's get.
Oh, I'm not in retirement. I play all the time. I don't often play in the.
Right. And then Frank is available for sound. I'm just waiting on a quote for him. But he is available and he's more than happy to help.
For Friday night behind the high school, correct?
No, that's for the 4th of
Downtown
July
event.
downtown.
Yeah. On the 4th.
Yes, he'll run sound for the 4th of July.
Okay.
Jesse's taking the lead on the July 3rd event, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The rest is the 4th of July.
That's what
so-
the fireworks mean? July
Yes,
3rd?
but the 3rd, we discussed having like some sort of cook-off before the fireworks. Thanks, Brian.
I think there was another message on there.
Oh, there's.
Yeah.
3 total.
Yep.
Keep moving.
Yeah, I just need to work that in if we're going to do it before fireworks.
Right, so we'll wait for Jesse for the update, same with
Yeah.
the Battle of the Bands, he was taking the lead on something like that, so we have to wait for him for those updates.
Different about the vendor. Barbara's.
Is that $25 per event for the craft vendors, like every Saturday, for farmers market?
I think.
No, Barbara, that's for the 4th of July specifically.
Okay. So, at some point, I'd like feedback on what you think the vendor fee should be for the Saturday morning market per morning. Would it be a seasonal fee or would it be per Saturday?
I think that would be whatever the farmer's market committee or group decides, as that would be going back into your budget.
Okay. Do you have any suggestion about that? What do you think is reasonable? Or I know there's a vendor fee that the town, Tom, right, of $40 blanket fee
Right.
Okay.
That's for the year.
for the year. Okay. So, because I'll have farmers asking me, what's the fee going to be if I want to bring produce on Saturday mornings from June to September?
My advice would be definitely to reach out to some other local farmers markets and see what that average is, so that way it's more,
Okay.
like even with other farmers markets, because I don't have any experience with cost of farmers markets or anything like that.
I don't with the
Yeah, I know
farmers
that
markets,
Lincoln-
no.
Right.
Lincoln has one. Lincoln, Maine.
If you remember, Barbara, in that conversation, we were talking about charging something for the season.
Right,
That was to try to raise some money so we could maybe get a building put down there or buy tables, or if we could use the building that's down there, maybe we could buy some tables and have them stored down there so that we would have. You
I
know, so
think
we wouldn't have to be
people will be-
trucking them every Saturday then.
I think people will in general be bringing their own tables. And Union has a good application form in which they ask people, do you need a table? Are you bringing your own? I think we want to try to keep it as affordable as possible in the beginning. And what Union does is say your fee is $40 for the summer. If you don't come every Saturday, you pay $10 each
Ah.
time you come till you reach $40. That's what they do. But we do want some kind of a fee to get commitment so people feel, they'll show up but I'll reach out to Lincoln as well. Yeah.
I know Hamden has a year-round farmer's market that they do. Hamden,
Yeah,
Maine
there are quite a
does.
few. There are quite a few. I just wanted to make sure we're in the ballpark of what is reasonable for you guys. So,
Well, so our annual permit to sell on Peddler's Hill, I think, is only $15.
I don't know what it is now. What we make it, $15?
I think we did it 15 when we restructured it. I mean, it's pretty
It's
nominal
nothing.
fee.
And they'll all tell you that, we don't charge anything. compared to-
Other towns.
Does anyone have any other thoughts on downtown events?
Were we just looking at the best whoopie pies, or did we still want to talk about like the pies and cakes for that?
Well, like we mentioned in the last meeting, I definitely don't think it's a good idea to try to do everything Trails and Festival
I'm
does.
just trying to remember,
Yeah.
yeah. just trying to
Yeah, I
remember
think
on it.
doing a unique twist would be the best way to go about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I've seen that you've been doing some outreach to some food trucks. and
I have for the
different
fourth.
groups and networks. It's good.
Yes.
It'd be great to see like a recurring food truck weekend. you know,
Yes.
kind of like just
Oh,
like
wait, that
throughout
sounds
the
nice,
summer.
yeah,
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna have bands or music,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
it'd be
that
nice
sounds
to have it that night or.
Yeah, once we select dates, I can definitely search for availability for food trucks. We just need to get these selected and hammered out sooner rather than later because
Mhm.
they're already scheduling. So, oh, big time.
Yeah, the good ones are already booked
Well,
up.
the first,
Mhm.
first year is always the hardest year too.
Yeah, we're learning,
Yeah, so, yeah.
but definitely if we can get
Good night.
those hammered out by next meeting, then we can start reaching out to food trucks specifically for those dates.
Mhm.
Wonderful idea, thank you. Any other thoughts on the downtown events for the 4th of July?
Can I reach out?
What about a bobbing for fireworks?
That's
That came out wrong.
Bobbing for-
Came out wrong the first time, and then I tried to make it still be cool, but it was gonna be a joke, right? And then
Yeah.
it didn't come out right the first time. So
You were gonna say something?
Um, I'm gonna reach out to the other company in Bangor, rental. On the bounce house.
Okay.
Are you looking for like more interactive bounce house or like?
Yeah, looking for more interactive.
Okay, just if you can have that by the
Just-
next meeting, we can discuss that.
Mhm.
Any other thoughts on the downtown events for the 4th of July?
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
How about a judge's booth in front of the municipal building on the steps for the floats? And a series of prizes for
There should be a theme. I don't know if you guys have decided on a
We
theme.
haven't decided on it.
Okay, but that would be cool.
And
Best-
trophies are pretty
best
cheap
float?
too. You could do like, like best float
Yeah.
or most creative or something like that.
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
Furman's right across the street. They do awards and plaques and things. You know?
Hmm.
Could add an element of fun. Maybe there's a financial prize. Who knows? But I think it would be fun to have some.
I do like
competition.
that idea. Yeah, I like that a lot, and it's an incentive to get people more involved. So let's start brainstorming themes, and also I'll get that on the agenda ASAP. So we can decide on a theme.
Yeah, we're gonna do a theme, we're gonna get it out.
Okay. Any final thoughts on downtown events for the 4th of July? Alright, moving on to our final agenda item. And that is the scholarship fund. I've included a draft of the funds, and I'm just going to read over it. And then the committee, if you have any other suggestions before I put a final draft together and we put it up for vote, okay? So as it is, the Town of Millinocket Events Committee Scholarship Fund. The Millinocket Events Committee Scholarship Fund will award 2 Stearns High School students in the senior class who exemplify community service, involvement, and dedication to Millinocket. This $500 scholarship is open to any graduating senior who is pursuing traditional secondary education, military service, vocational school, or starting a small business. The awardee will be required to submit a receipt of purchase for the events committee's record. To apply, you must submit a short essay, 500 words or less, about your dedication and volunteerism in Millinocket. You must also include 2 letters of endorsement from the following: teacher, mentor, coach, employer, or religious leader. Applications must be submitted no later than May 1st. Anything received after this date will not be considered. You may drop your application off at the town office, email it to cid@millinocket.org, or mail it into the town of Millinocket. I already have one suggestion to make this all fit on one line. Yes, I know, Tom, I need to make it a smaller font. I've been told. I will fix that. Any other suggestions?
Just as a coach.
Has the school been notified of this too, where May is coming up rather quickly?
Well, we'll have this, the school knows about the
They know what they're
scholarship,
doing.
and we'll have this submitted after we voted in 2
This week,
weeks, and they'll still have the rest of March, April for a 500-word essay. So I think we're giving them plenty of time. Does anyone else think
Sutherland's
we need
usually
to?
really good about getting them out ASAP too, so.
And the reason we did May 1st to give us plenty of time to select 2 candidates and read through everyone's applications fairly, and then announce it before graduation. At graduation. Sorry. So I
I think they
am,
actually do it back.
Oh, that's right.
I make a motion. Like this.
Second.
okay, so we can bring it to vote. All those in favor? Okay,
I think when we put this out, are we gonna put this out to the public? How-
it has been announced via constant contact in the newsletter.
And did we say that it's
More details to
how
come.
it came, but how it came about, it's not town money,
Yep, and we
Okay.
were,
just,
we thanked Bissell in the newsletter. Bissell has done press releases on it as well.
I know Peter mentioned it the other night. but
Yes.
Just,
The town
if
shared. their
anybody
press
asks,
release.
yeah, that's not town money.
No, it's the sale of alcohol.
I don't wanna say that either.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh,
I know that, but As Peter said, so.
$4 from every pint is a very generous
Okay.
donation.
It is. Yeah, but I just don't want somebody.
Okay.
Cause we tried to do something like this, fire station. We do one, Pioneer Hose Company does one, but we try to do one under the fire department and everybody. But again, you're using town money, you know, it's not town.
Yeah, I see value in making that clarification.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think we've done a pretty good job thus far.
Yeah,
and
you
We'll
probably have,
continue
I haven't
to,
had anybody ask. me,
Yeah.
so I'm just,
but I'll ensure we continue
I'm
to
always thinking of things. that
educate.
do come up. Do
Question, since I just saw my note, question about the fireworks.
Okay,
it. Question.
How are we doing? Well, last time you said we were still looking for somebody to.
No, we're all set. We're
We're all set.
contract.
I think we're having them on the third,
third.
right?
Contract,
Third.
that's town. Town handles that.
Yeah, it's a
Another-
separate line
That's a whole separate.
in the budget. But, yeah,
Oh, I-
Tom landed on the third, right?
Yes,
Third.
yeah, because I'm gonna be out of town.
And there's a.
Sorry.
That's,
No,
no,
that's
you're
why
right.
I'm gonna be at-
You're right, Melissa.
Oh,
That's exactly why. Well, that's why we chose that.
any other thoughts on the scholarship fund?
I think it's a great thing. And
I do too.
you have forwarded the branding materials and things to Bissell for
Yes.
future partnerships.
Yes,
Is
so
that ready for?
not, yeah, they're still working. They are, and we announced this in the last events committee meeting. They're crafting a brew specific to Millinocket with the Millinocket branding. That's gonna be released at next year's marathon, but they have began the process of that. That same brew will
Sounds
kick
high
back
school ale.
money into the scholarship
Sounds
fund.
High school ale.
I know that should be the name.
And then class of, you know.
Did they put minor dreams?
Any final thoughts before we wrap up the meeting?
When's our next meeting date?
In 2 Mondays from now?
Today is the 7th. So it's going to be the
It'll be
13th.
March.
March 13th. At 4 PM. Right here in the manager's office or on Zoom. Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. I think we had some great ideas and definitely some more work to do.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Barbara. I will get everyone the notes this week as well, just like I did in the previous
Oh,
meeting.
great.
Thank you. Of course.
You wrote to her.
We did
Yes.
not
Or to adjourn.
Second.
vote.
All right.